Hi guys, it's been a while, but I'm back, and I've jumped on the bandwagon here. I'm doing a tutorial for probably the most overplayed song since Happy Birthday. It's Martin Garrix's Animals, if you hadn't guessed or looked at the video title. So yeah, you're probably a little bit sick of this by now, but I did a little remake, and I thought it sounded pretty good, and it'd be silly not to show you how I made it. Also, it's very similar to a few other popular songs. I'm not saying these people are cashing in on Martin Garrix's success or anything, but yeah, there's Armin Van Buuren's like unreleased track. People are calling it Ping Pong. I don't know if that's its actual name, but yeah, whatever. Search it on YouTube. And also Subfocus's Turn Back Time, which is a bit of a tenuous link. It's not quite the same, but it's similar, so I'll play you that as well. So there you go, that's what it's going to be sounding like. If you haven't already noticed, it is in FM8, which I guess is kind of alienating my current fan base a bit because it's not in Massive. But there's so many tutorials for this already on YouTube for it in Massive, so I thought I'd do something a little bit different, and I think it sounds better in FM8. Anyway, so let's get to it. Open up a new edition of FM8, as always, and it should just sound like this. You can barely even hear it, so there's no point playing you that. Turn off F and get rid of the 80 thing, and we're going to route two of these oscillators or whatever through X, which is we're going to use the saturator, so just route it like that, out of B 100 into X, and then out 100, and we'll route A into B a bit later on, but I'll do that later because you can see how it progresses, if you know what I mean. So just with those, it should sound like this. At least you can actually hear it now. So on the saturator, what you want to do is bring the gain down to about 83, but then bring the level up to 100. I'll just leave that playing. What you want to do now is mess around with this envelope. And as you can see, it's already making it a bit shorter. You want to get the trail to end about 0.5, like that. Around about there should do. And then bring it up to be like that. And that is it, I think. Yeah, that'll do. Now going to B, you're going to bring the ratio all the way up to 4, so 2 octaves. Not that much, like that, and you're going to leave all the rest as it is, but you want to, in fact you could turn up velocity a bit, maybe about 38 or something, just like that. I don't know if that actually makes any difference, to be honest, but whatever. And then in your envelope, we're going to change this again. We want to go zoom in a little bit more this time. You drag up on the thing to zoom in, by the way, if you didn't already know. So yeah, you want to zoom in so it looks like this. Bring this up to, in fact I'll zoom in a little bit more so you can see. In fact, you'd probably be better just copying the shape. I'm not really good at talking this through. It's harder than just saying, oh yeah, turn this to 2 o'clock like on Massive. So yeah, make an envelope that looks like that. And then we're going to go into A now. We're going to route it in by, I think it's about 48, or 42 even. Bring it up to 42. Like that. A, we're going to bring the ratio up quite a bit, up to 9. And then we're going to bring the offset up to 800. like that, and make it a triangle. And then go into your envelope again, and we're going to make this one really short this time. To something like that. Something that looks a bit like that should do. Just make it pretty much as short as you can. Not as short as you can, but almost as short as you can. Maybe somewhere around there. And then go into master. Bring the detune down. Although it doesn't matter because there's only one voice, but just do it anyway. Turn off dynamic and auto. That might not make any difference either, but it just makes it look nicer. And then bring digital up to 80. And that's it for the patch. I know it's not very impressive yet, but with effects it sounds a lot more like it. So I'll just route that into my effects channel. And you can hear the massive difference that the effects make. I'll just run you through it. First I've got ambience. I don't know what preset this is. I think it's one of the defaults. It could be Paddy Drums Easy, Paddy Piano Bright, or one of these Amobi Subtle or Presence ones. I'm not entirely sure, but copy the settings there. And yeah, sorry if your screen's not good enough resolution to be able to read that. But it's not massively important anyway. That doesn't make much difference. Well, it does there. But the KR reverb's the main one. This is more important. So this is a free reverb plugin. If you just search KR reverb on Google, I'm sure it'll come up. The settings for this are 2.4% for pre-delay, early size of 50, late size of 50, damping LF 28.3, damping HF 76.4, everything else at 50 apart from gain, which is at 0. And that's what that does. So together with the ambience, it sounds like this. And then we've just got a couple of parametric EQs now. The first one is just cutting off the lows, the very lows, because we don't need those, and a bit of a dip in the fairly high frequencies. Just makes it sound a bit nicer. And then this is a bit more interesting. This EQ, what I've done is boosted to very particular frequencies. I'll go through it in a new edition of parametric EQ. So what you want to do for this is get up a peaking one band and then bring the BW bandwidth or whatever right all the way to the bottom. What you want to do is search through all the frequencies until you get it on like the sweet spot for the note that you want. So I'll just go for that note there, and you want to do that for every single note that comes up in the pattern that you're doing. So I'll look for the lowest one now. And then you'll have to do that a few more times until it looks like that. I've also done another low band cutoff. I'm not sure why I did that, but I did anyway. And yeah, that does make quite a big difference to the sound. I'll play you without and with. And I'm not sure if you're actually supposed to do that, but I think it sounds good, so I've done it. So that should take you a while, and you've got to bear in mind that you'll have to change it for any other pattern that you're doing. So with the ping pong one, I've got a different one that looks like that. Oh, for some reason that's not playing. Oh yeah, sorry. And another thing to bear in mind is that it does come up on the it comes up on the frequency analyzer or spectrum or whatever behind, if you see what I mean, quite bright on the frequency that it should be at. So that should make it a bit easier for you. So I'll just talk you through some of the other stuff I've done if you're interested. The kick is a pretty simple kick. That's what it sounds like without any effects. And then in effects, I've got a Maximus with the kick pump preset. I've got a fruity fast distortion plugin set to the overdrive preset. and I brought the mix down to about 25%. In fact, I'll just play this as well. So that's with Maximus, that's with distortion, and I've got some EQ to take out that nasty distorted mid-end bit a little bit, boosted the lows and a little bit of the highs. And then I've got a compressor set to the drums preset, like that. What else have I got? Oh yeah, there's the Miami to Atlanta snare I've put in. Now I'm not entirely sure whether what's his face, Martin Garrix, did rip it straight out of Miami to Atlanta, but it does sound very similar. It's this cliche, that kind of noise. I did rip it straight from Miami to Atlanta, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that should be quite easy to do. There's probably some tutorials on how to reproduce it with your own samples on YouTube as well. I put some effects on it as well. So I've got a parametric EQ at first. Can't speak at the moment. And that is getting rid of the lowest ends and the highest end, just so there's not any nasty frequencies that mess up speakers. Nope, that's wrong. I'll just play it on this. Then I've got ambience a little bit. I've brought the mix level down, but that's the preset, just to give it a bit more of a presence. And I've got duet as well, which is another free effects plugin. I've just used the default settings and then brought the mix level down again. That gives it a little bit more presence as well. And that's it for the Miami to Atlanta snare. What else have we got? There's the chord bit. That's the MIDI for it, and I did copy the plugin directly from a YouTube video, which I'll probably link to give them credit for it. Last thing is, oh yeah, Wilhelm scream. That's what it sounds like. You probably recognise that noise. It's because it's in so many different films. It's like a little in-joke that directors or audio people or whoever have. And what I've done is I've stretched that. I've stretched that and put some effects on it. So that's it, just stretched. I put Maximus on it with default settings, parametric EQ like that, bit of duet, ambience, whatever those settings are, and then fruity reverb too, like that. So that's what it sounds like. Again, I don't know if Martin Garrix actually used that scream or if it's just some other random sample, but that's what I've used. I'll just go through the MIDI for everything. That's the Animals one. There you are. Ping Pong, like that. If there's enough demand for it, I might put a download link or something. So if you want it, put it in the comments. But it's all pretty simple. You can just copy that from the video. What's the other one? And like that. So that's it for this tutorial. I think there should be some more videos coming up fairly soon. I've done a remake of an old Calvin Harris classic, I'm Not Alone, so I'll probably put up how to do that on here. And I'm doing a remix of that tritonal song. What's it called? Colours. Yeah, Colours. And it's for their Beatport remix competition or whatever. So hopefully I'll put that up if I'm allowed to. I'll have to check the rules for that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.